Saturday the 18th of March, 20 past 8 p.m. So I've been experimenting with something for the past couple of days and I really wanted to tell you about it. There's no particular easy way to sort of put this over. It's quite a ludicrous idea, but still it's an idea that I had rattling around my head, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to try and see if I could make it in order for that idea then to pop off so I can get some more. I thought that I would make a cleaning drone. We're not going to start, we're not going to go big. We're going to start small, and we're going to plan it, and we're going to make sure this works. Yeah, that didn't happen. So I went big, and that failed. Pretty much, try to get a feather duster, attach a feather duster to a drone. Obviously, if you're doing that, then you're going to put the drone off balance. It's not going to fly well. There's going to be excess stress on the motors. It just isn't going to end well. So then I thought, well, okay, let's shrink everything down. So when you shrink down a feather duster, what do you get? You get a cotton wool bud, or a Q-tip, whatever you want to call it. What happens when you shrink a drone down? You get a smaller drone. So I thought, well, in order for a drone to clean, what does it have to do? It has to have some sort of cleaning implement. Feather duster or Q-tip. What else does it have to do? It has to be able to move across a surface in order then to pick up all the dust and all the dirt particles as it goes. So there's only one place that the Q-tips, that the cotton wool buds can go, and that's on the landing sprigs here, right? So this is what I'm going to try and do. So now you're going to see this as one video, but this is probably going to take a couple of days to put together. What I'm aiming to do is have an equal amount of Q-tips on each landing sprig, so roughly 10 each. I am not going to use sellotape. I'm going to use, there we are, forgot where I put them. I'm going to use little zip ties, because the weight on a zip tie is next to nothing, and I don't want there being a big bunch of sellotape one end and a big bunch of sellotape the other end. I want it to be quite equal spread of weight. So what I'm going to do is I've got 2 red zip ties which are going to hold the pack of 10 cotton wool buds or Q-tips together, and then I'm going to use yellow zip ties to attach them to the drone. So it's going to be 4 in total, 2 on the Q-tips, 2 on the drone. So that should give me a nice sort of balance. I could use one zip tie and just tie it straight onto the landing sprig, but that will cause the Q-tips to kind of shuffle around and not be as balanced or as equal as they possibly could be. So let's jump straight to the end. What do I want this to do? So I want this to clean. This just sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to run with it. So I want it to clean, right? So I want it to be able to swoop down, not to say a bookshelf, and just clean the top hard to reach places like a bookshelf. I mean, it's not going to clean a hearth, it's not going to clean anything, eye level or anywhere that your hand can touch, because, well, why would it bother? Because your hand can just, clean it. So this drone is hopefully going to help me do that, and with this camera on the front of it as well, it's hopefully going to I'm going to be able to see where I'm flying it as it cleans. So use a bit of imagination here. Imagine if my arm and my hand is the top of the bookcase. All I wanted to do is to come in, swoop down, and take back off, right? Now, hopefully, the cotton on the Q-tip is going to not cause that much friction, and it's going to be able to slide quite easily across the bookcase. So all this sounds great in theory. In practice, it's probably just going to absolutely fail. But we're going to run with it. We're going to see where we end up. At least we're going to try it. If it fails, it fails. So what? Then we can go back over it and we can make it better to ensure it fails even more spectacularly the next time. I meant succeeds. So, this is what we're going to do. So to begin with, as I said, got the cotton wool buds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so we should have 10. So once again, zip tying quite close to the end. So this is the one we've already made. This is the one we're making. I want them to try and mimic themselves. mimic each other if possible in their shape. So there we go, 2 lots, quite nice. This one on the right seems a little bit thicker than the one on the left. That's better. So just turning it around makes all the difference. So there we go, there we go. So we've got 2 lots there. Now for the drone. So now the whole idea is that they're going to sit underneath like that. So once again what we'll do is the same as on the Q-tips, is we'll put them as close as we can there. Oh, there's one. Nice. Now for the second one. So we'll use another 2 yellow zip ties and just zip tie these onto the bottom again of this side, and there we have it. There is our little cleaning implements attached to the bottom of this drone. Now to the test. Right, so now I've just filed off all of the, well, not filed, let's just use the proper terminology, is it? I've cut it off with the scissors, and now we've got some little nodules there. But obviously the problem with this now is that you're going to want to have rid of these, because otherwise these are going to scratch the surfaces that are meant to be cleaned by the Q-tips. So let's just twiddle these around a bit, just twist them around, and then you should find that, look at that, the Q-tip is still higher than these little cable ties. Perfect. Okay, we're going to give this a shot. First test flight, indoors. It's probably not going to go well. We're going to give it a go. Let's see what happens. I'm not dead. Yay! Look at him go! And he's hovering well. Yes! Success! Right, so now we just got to get to the cleaning. Alright, idea being, I'm now going to take this cleaning drone and we're going to push it along the floor. I've looked everywhere to try and see if I can find a bookshelf type shelf to fly this onto and then off. And there's nothing that I have currently got that can demonstrate this properly. So I've come to the kitchen. I am therefore going to use this, and we're going to clean up the floor a bit and see how good these clean pads actually do. See if they actually clean up anything. If so, then I can get to work on a much bigger one. So let's give it a shot. Right, let's take off, and then we're going to bring it down and we're going to zoom it round and see whether or not we can get this particular drone stable enough to clean some of the floor. Okay, let's bring it down. Oh no! Right, okay, try again. Sometime later. Now we're cleaning. Now we're cleaning. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Right. Back to the drawing board. Right. Okay. Couple of things. First thing, this has got far too much friction. Exactly as I thought it might have. So I've got another idea. That is to do away with these 2 pontoons and to put on a little piece of wood or cardboard or something that allows it to move a little bit nicer, and then to allow to attach the pontoons in a different fashion. That's coming. I'm going to keep on working on this. I'm going to keep on working on it and see what happens. It might turn out to be something pretty good. I very much doubt it, but I wanted to experiment with it. Now I know, and it's actually caught quite that little, for the few minutes it was going across the floor, it caught a little bit of dirt. So I think I'm going to just nip off and clean that floor.